Okay, welcome back to Unmute Yourself. I'm your host, Jennifer Carter, and this podcast is about lifting the curtain on leadership, purpose, and the real stories behind women who dared to do things differently. We'll talk about how they found their path, the struggles along the way, and how they built something that truly matters. These are normal people doing extraordinary things because I want you to know you are extraordinary too. And I do have to say, I don't know what's going to happen on this episode because my very good friend Shannon Russo is here today. And when my ex-husband and I first saw Shannon and I together, he thought that we were on drugs, which we're not. We're just a lot of energy and a lot of fun.
We're
So
just I'm
we're
we're good times.
really good times. But Shannon, y'all, I can't. So Shannon is a change management and operation leader by day and a wildly creative junk journaler by night. Journaler?
It's a
Junk
tongue
journaler?
It's a junk journaler, yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know what a junk journaler I can't say this. Junk journaler was until you started this, Shanny, and people are coming up to me like, "Have you heard about this?" I'm like, "As a matter of fact."
Oh, now I have.
So here we go. So anyway, Shannon works right now at a Fortune 500 company
I do.
where she spent nearly a decade, we're not that old though, leading recruiting, HR operations, change management, and communications. She
Yeah.
also holds her PHR and has built a serious career helping organizations and people navigate change. But outside of work, Shannon has found a creative outlet that's taken on a life of its own.
It has. It has.
It totally has. Yes. And so through junk journaling, and her rapidly growing TikTok community at Shannon_journals, she's reminding people that creativity doesn't have to be perfect, productive, or monetized to be meaningful. She brings humor, curiosity, and permission to try something new at any age or stage. And I'm so excited to have her here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me. This is so fun.
This is so fun, Shannon. For
Yeah.
anyone who has no idea what junk journaling is,
Yes.
what in the world is this? And
So
how did you
really
fall into it?
so it's a creative outlet, right? So it's all about memory collecting and keeping. So it started in 2024 for me. Well, let me rewind. So I have always been someone who has held on to little items to keep. I've always been that person who had like a box or a drawer of like little trinkets and ticket stubs and notes and cards. I have birthday cards from when I was a little kid.
Oh,
And I've always sort of just kept them either in a like a diary that I've kept or in a drawer, a box. So that's always been my thing, something I've always been really passionate about. I've also always been a writer. Um, I remember my first like formal diary, those Dear Diary days at 10, right? So I was scrolling through TikTok as one does sometimes,
as one does.
as one does, and you can get lost. And it was 2024, and I ran across a page of a gal named Callie. And she has become a friend of mine. She is near and dear. She's the sweetest human being. But she was talking about junk journaling and she was showing her journal. And it was one of those clips where she was talking about like her 10 most favorite spreads, journal spreads. And I got sucked in because she finally had a name for what I had been doing for so long, holding on to things, sort of sliding them in books and looking back at them and it, sparking like joy and happiness, right? I had tried scrapbooking like 25
Yes.
years ago, right? It was way too structured and it was kind of complicated and things needed to be a little too perfect and you had to buy like special albums and it was
Made
it
me
was
really stressed out. I tried it. It made me really stressed
it,
out.
it can be stressful. Like
Yeah.
you have to have like all of these special things for it, right? And that there was an expense to it. And not everything I keep is a photo. I don't always take a picture. I'm kind of terrible at taking pictures of everything, right? I want to live
Right.
in the moment more. And so she's talking about junk journaling and it sort of just married everything that I loved. And it's using a journal and it's little bits and pieces from your day and you're putting them in the book. It can be pictures, it can be ticket stubs, notes. It can be a wrapper from something you ate or drank that day, something you shared with a friend. But it's just a way of memory keeping is really all that it is. And it's so much fun. Um, but I was so excited to finally have a name for this thing. So I remember, getting off like, TikTok and immediately going to the Zon and buying a journal, a Canon Ivy, like a little no ink printer, and some
Oh,
highlighters and some washi tape. Like, that was my first order.
and then
And
what
I started.
happened?
Well, then so I that was a year of great traveling for me. I'm telling you, get the best junk when you're traveling, right? So, I had gone to California a couple of times. I had gone to Ireland. So I had all of these, like, great trips and all of these, like, bits and bobs from these trips, and I could finally, like, put them somewhere and write about them. So I was able to do writing reflection, and it's a really great form of self-expression. Um, and I think now for all of us, like, there's just this great community of guys and girls who we've, like, come together, and we have this thing that we're passionate about and we talk about, and it's super engaging. And I just love them all.
What drew you to go on TikTok? Because I know people get, like, so freaked out, like, "Do I post about it on social media? What do I do?" And I just get lost in your videos because they're so beautiful and you're so fun. So what made you start sharing on social media?
That was really hard for me.
Yeah.
So I had been junk journaling for over a year before I finally posted, and I just remember my friend Rena being like, "You need to put your stuff out there. Like, it's really, really good. I love what you're doing, and you're so much fun." Like, we would have these FaceTime dates. She's like, "You're funny and you're engaging, and like, why aren't you putting this out there? Like, you could be sharing this, and people would love it." And I don't love being on camera. It's just not my
But
it's
you're
not my
so good at it, Shannon.
I think it's just about taking chances and being bold and, like, putting
Yeah.
yourself out there, and I finally had to do it. Like, I had a lot of encouragement, though, and it was really, really hard. It's still really hard. I would post so much more, even if I get past that whole, like, putting my face out there and what I'm doing, the editing.
Girl,
The editing. Oh, the editing is horrible. It's like the bane of my existence, having
how
to
did
edit. No.
how did you even, like, learn how to film and make the reels? Because I guess, like, I see that a lot of people that I coach and that I meet, they're, like, really interested in things, but they think, "I'm not good enough to do this. I don't know how to start." Like, how did you even give yourself permission to just play with it?
It came from so many of my friends within the junk journaling world that just gave me encouragement and made it a safe space, honestly. Like, I felt like I had a safe space to go. Um, and I love that, and I think that just shows, like, how engaging and supportive this whole little world is. When you find your people, like,
Oh,
magical things happen. Just you have to find your people, though. You have to do that, and it's
yeah,
hard. It's hard to put yourself out there. In life, in hobbies, and anything, it's hard to put yourself out there sometimes, right?
right.
Um, and I think you just have to be brave and be bold, and I know that sounds cliche, but it's so true, and you have to allow yourself to get criticism, and, I mean, it's
Oh,
up to you whether or not you accept that criticism or not, right? Like, you can just say, "Thank you," and keep it moving.
shit.
"Thank
Thank
you."
you.
Accept it, or maybe it's constructive and it's from someone you value and respect, and you make yourself better. Like, what's the worst that can happen?
Have you had haters?
I have not.
Oh, thank God.
I have not, um, but I have friends that have. I've had, some friends of mine that are in the junk journal world, and they'll have people, like, commenting, like, "Why do you do this? What is the point of this?" Um, there's some conflict around, like, what is junk journaling? Is it scrapbooking? If it's true junk journaling, you shouldn't be buying anything for it. It should just strictly be junk. So there's some passion there, and I guess you
I
just choose
love I
you wanna engage.
yeah, it's like a real community. So you still, like, buy, like, some supplies because I see, like, paper and make it pretty,
Yeah.
and I know you go to, like, there's conferences too, right?
So I went to a planner conference, so I'm also I'm also a planner gal. Um, but there are meetups that you can do, like junk journaling meetups or craft meetups. There's one in Chicago. My friend Callie that I mentioned, she and my other friend Shy have this cool kids craft club. out of Chicago, and it's so much fun, and it's bringing whatever you're working on. So theirs isn't junk journaling specific, but those are junk journal gals. But it's just like a room of baddies, like working on their crafts, right? And there's guys that go,
Love it.
and it's so much fun.
You
Yeah.
Isn't it true that you teach a class?
We do teach a class.
Tell us about your class, Shannon. How did this start?
So
Hmm.
this goes to show you that there are opportunities everywhere, and, like, every day is a job interview, every day. Like,
I feel pressure now, Shannon.
you never know what you're gonna fall into. So
That's
there
true.
is a stationery store in our hometown, and yours truly, Elizabeth, and it's the most lovely, amazing place, and it
In
was
Southwest Michigan, right?
yes, yes,
Yours truly, Elizabeth. Okay.
yours truly, Elizabeth, St. Joseph, Michigan. So the most lovely, lovely human of a store owner, Liz, created just this beautiful space full of everything that I love, right? And so I would go in a lot of times just on my lunch just to get like a breath of like happiness and fun, right?
Yeah.
And we started talking about paper as one does in a station.
It's as one does. We
One
like a
does.
good paper. We like a heavy weight.
Yes.
Yes. We like the sound of it.
We like the sound, we like the feel, we like the smell, we
And the
like
smell
all
of
of it.
paper. You guys, yes. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
We love a pen,
We
right?
love a pen.
And so,
Deal with
we
it.
just started talking and we were talking about junk journaling. Like I talk about it everywhere I go. It's basically my whole personality now.
It's so fun.
So I was showing her some of my journals and my planners, and she said, "Do you want to teach a class here?" I said, "Really? You think people would be interested? Really?" Liz was like, "Yes." And sure enough, like we were overflowing like the first few classes. Like it has been really, really exciting. And we will probably continue doing like a class a month after the holidays, but it's so much fun. And just to like watch people come in and not everyone is sure what even they're getting into, right? They're like, what is this? But I provide everything that you need.
Huh.
It's just like eh, you get just such a rush and it's just like this wave of just like comfort and connection and balance and like it's just this amazing little community that we're building all through like just doing things with your hands and being creative. Like I feel like we're really in a cultural shift of like an analog era. Like it's a
Oh,
big deal right now.
it is a big deal right now because everything is so fast,
Too fast.
digital,
Very.
and we like to have things that we can see and feel.
Well,
How
there's so much creativity that we're not tapping into by using so much technology. Like technology is great. I'm a huge fan, but I love unplugging a little bit from that and like reminding myself of things that I loved when I was a kid when yeah,
Yeah.
it's so much fun.
Yeah, because I know you've had a long career in a very, very large company,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes, and
Yeah.
so how did you I guess, like, how does this creativity and junk journaling play a role in staving off burnout or keeping yourself
Oh, yeah.
grounded or helping your leadership skills?
I think there's so much adaptability that comes into this, right? And there's like a cognitive flexibility in doing things where you're more mindful, right? There's like problem solving and all of this. Like it might not be as deep as what you would do in your day to day, but you're building relationships. You're being creative. You're thinking outside of the box. You're taking time to recharge. Like you're doing something that brings you joy, right? You're recharging and all of those things. And I think that helps me in my day to day just because I'm using my brain in a different way. And anytime you're doing that and you're like flexing those different muscles, like you're becoming better in every way.
Yeah. You just gave me an idea. I was cleaning out my desk and I really have about 7 years of old notebooks from all of my meeting notes and doodles from my corporate time in Austin. I'm like, I should dig those out of the trash and make a little junk
You
journal.
could.
I could.
You could. And revisit your doodles. There are things that like come out of that. Revisit some of your old ideas. You have different experiences now. You have different ideas. So you might pick up on something that you put down years and years ago and then have like this aha moment.
Yeah,
I don't throw those away. I don't throw a notebook away.
because they're good it's a good notebook.
It may be a terrible notebook, but I don't know. Like I don't know. I won't know, right?
Yeah. No, so what has junk journaling, given you that your career can't?
I don't want to say that your career can give you anything, right? Like you just have to find it. You have to find it. If you're not finding it, you need to do that for you, right? But I think there's been just this, I don't know, Jen, like it's different when you're surrounded by individuals who you feed and who feed you.
Mm,
Like I think that's just so important and I have found that in this group of individuals and I have made connections that I'll carry with me forever. Like some of these gals I talk to more than anyone, right?
yeah,
Like, you meet them, connect with them on social media, and then all of a sudden it's like you're exchanging phone numbers and you're giving ideas. And I think, there is some competition in this world. I have not really found that yet, but I know that it exists out there. But I haven't found that. Like we're just feeding each other and sharing ideas and like helping each other grow. And I think that's so important in everything that you do, whether it's your career or your
yeah,
hobby, whatever that is. Um, Feeling like secure enough to like want to share your ideas and not feel threatened by that. I think that's
right.
an amazing space to be in.
Yeah. So, how has doing this and putting your creativity out there changed how you see yourself, if at all?
It's definitely given me more confidence. I had someone send me a message today about a journal that I made. I posted these little mini journal ornaments for Christmas.
You're so cute.
I sold out, like, I sold out of the first batch, and so I made a second batch, and I sold out of those, and so I sent those out, and I've just been so they've just gotten them over the last couple days, and I've been getting messages about just how perfect they are and how much they mean to the people who purchased them, and, "Oh my gosh, your eye for detail. Oh, these are just so beautiful." Like, it's such a confidence booster because you send this stuff out in the world, or I did, I send these out in the world in a mailer, and I think, "Oh my gosh, what if the person who gets it is like, oh, this is not what I thought it was. I don't really like
Right.
this.'" But what if they don't?
But what if
What if
they don't?
this is the coolest thing I've ever seen?
And it's all learning.
It's all learning. Everything is learning.
When I watch your content, I feel like I could do it too.
You can do it too. I'm gonna get you into this.
I feel like I was just sitting here thinking, like, if I were to make a junk journal about you and I, it would include things like parking tickets,
Honey
it would
badger,
honey badgers, it would include something representing fire because we always want to burn things down.
you just never know. I mean, it could be a margarita,
Oh my gosh, a busted pedicure flip flop
a busted yes. Yes, it's happened to me multiple times.
multiple times.
It could be the road trip that we took with the passenger that you picked up in the airport.
Oh, that was such a good story.
Story. That was me traveling
Through a blizzard.
all the way west to take you all the way east and north and back down again. Like
And I
that
am with a stranger from Australia. Look how fun we are, Shannon.
you're a good time.
We are a good time. See, this
Really.
is why people wanna hang out with you because your you comes through in your content.
My my me comes out everywhere. And I try to like contain that sometimes and I need to just it comes out eventually. I might as well just let it shine.
It's so hard, right? Because you wear a corporate mask because, like, what can you say at work? What can you not say at work? And do you wanna say something that's might be considered offensive or weird? Or do you just go ahead and be weird?
I usually just go ahead and be weird.
It's just more fun that way.
Oh, I don't know, but I it just it comes through. And I think that's the other thing with all of this is just you're really allowed to be who you are and there's really not a ton of danger in that because you find the people who love you for you and people like you who love me for my weirdness and my strange
Creative,
yeah, yeah,
funny. Yes.
you. Thank you. But you have to find your people. I think that's what's most important in life. You I think we work so hard to, like, get a seat at the table, and why? Make your own
I
damn
don't know,
table.
like, why do you think we do that?
Make your own table. Like, maybe that table's not for you. Make a different reservation.
Right, because if you have to be something that you're not, like, why do you even wanna be at the table to begin with?
You shouldn't. Those aren't your people.
Not your people, especially if they're mean to you or think you're dumb.
The
Drives
worst.
me crazy.
It drives me insane because 'cause we're not better than anyone.
We don't have time for that, Shanny.
We don't have time for that.
Okay,
Okay.
so through this journey that you've been on, how has your mindset of being yourself and making imperfect things beautiful, how has that spilled over into other parts of your life that you've noticed?
I am a bit of a perfectionist in most things, and I find that even though that still comes through sometimes, I'm more forgiving of it within myself. Like, I don't have as much stress or pressure because I think there's something so beautiful in things that maybe aren't as perfect, right?
Right?
Like, I flip through the pages of these books, and I mean, I can see where I messed up in some spots, but no one else really sees it. And I
No.
in life, we're kind of like that. Like, we put so much pressure on ourselves to be a certain way. And at the end of the day, like, no one really notices if you, I mean, no, if you screw up something really big, that happens, right? That happens. That can happen. You just
But then
own
it's
it and you,
inspiring because it's relatable. Right.
right. Like, you own it, right? Even in, like, public speaking and things like that, it's like, "Oh, shoot, I left something out," or "I wish I would have said this differently," and I'll have a million of those moments through this conversation, like, "Oh, I wish I would have said that differently." It's okay. It's okay. Like, we
Shani,
put
what
pressure on ourselves that we shouldn't.
yeah, we do.
We really
What's
do.
what's next for you in your junk journaling world?
So next, I would love to start doing meetups, like forming a little club here. We've had enough classes now where we've sort of built this group of people who love doing this as well, and they've kind of got their own spin on it. But putting something together where we can meet up more frequently and have fun and keep the creativity going, um, I love that. So I wanna start a group here.
Would you ever do, like, a virtual meetup?
I absolutely would. I've been thinking about that. So I would do virtual classes and meetups because I think that's so fun. Um, not everyone is in this little pocket of Southwest Michigan.
Which is beautiful,
Right.
but I would love to, like, go online with you. Wouldn't you like to hang out with Shannon while we just do things and hang out and talk about
Let's do
parking
it.
tickets and
Parking violations are my life.
or we
You know
can't
this about
just
me.
I know. Yeah, that would be fun.
You know
Okay,
this
look at we're thinking.
The parking police love to see me coming.
They'll never
I
catch you, Shannon.
guarantee. If they do, it's going to my
Oh
junk
my
drawer.
gosh. Okay, so I have a few quick fire questions for you.
Oh, quick fire. Hold on. Let me
Get a little
hydrate.
slow. What are you drinking?
A little ginger ale.
A little ginger ale. Got my Dr. Pepper. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Okay, so first thing that comes to mind.
Oh gosh.
Oh, okay. What's a bold idea you've had recently that scares you just enough to try it?
I'm starting a Patreon or a subscription club, doing
I would
something monthly.
I would pay for that.
Let's do it.
And I don't even junk journal, but I would want to junk journal. And so
I
I
love
would pay for the Patreon just for the opportunity to junk journal with you.
I love this.
Yeah, okay. You're gonna do that. By the
Yep.
time this airs, I feel like you're gonna have that. I know, okay, I'm giving you pressure. No pressure,
Okay. It's
but
okay.
I
I
feel
need
it. Okay,
pressure. I need
okay,
pressure.
okay.
Okay. I don't know. We just had that conversation last night about HR. And
Oh my gosh.
is HR pro company or is HR pro employee?
I have so much to say about that.
I have a lot to say about that too. And I feel like we might be on opposite sides. So I think this could be an amazing debate.
I feel like we need to have another episode.
We may have to do that. We may have to do that.
Okay, we will. What's one small daily habit that's had a big impact on your mindset?
Oh, so I've started the artist's way. So morning pages, 3 pages of just like
What?
free writing. Oh yeah, I filled journals and journals of just stream of conscious, just get it out there and just purge it.
Every morning?
Yes.
3 pages.
Cup of coffee. I don't always hit 3 pages, I'll be honest. I can't always hit 3 pages, but um your girl's on a time crunch in the morning. I'm
I
usually
know.
usually on the go, go, go. And sometimes it does go over into the evening. But I love that time for myself to just sort of put everything out there and on paper. And I'll take this opportunity now to say, if something ever happens to me, I need you to burn these books.
I'll make a special junk journal with them, and I will then have a ceremony where I gather women, will be dressed in black,
Of course.
and we'll burn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're welcome.
I
Okay.
appreciate you for that. I
Yes,
need
I got you.
That'll be quite the bonfire. Get some marshmallows.
I will.
I
It'll
love
be
this.
fun. Okay.
Let's
Okay,
Okay.
we can do that. If listeners could take one action, not just an idea, after hearing your speech today, your talk, what
Yeah.
should it be?
Find your people. Find your
'Cause they're
people.
out there.
They're I promise you they're out there if you haven't found them yet. And if you are your people, right? Like if you've found that group, like be open, invite other people into your space. Be be that girl that like welcomes people in.
Be that girl. That's not the words, but na, 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 na. Yeah, we're so good. Okay, what's one word that captures who you're becoming right now?
One word that captures who I'm becoming. This is like a job interview.
I know
This this is I love this. I need this in my life. I'm indecisive at times.
you're not indecisive, you're just thoughtful.
I'm I am thoughtful. I'm very thoughtful. Mindful.
Oh,
Mindfulness. That's like what I'm striving for in everything that I'm doing. The writing, the journaling, it's mindfulness.
I
I think
love that. Well, Shani, thank you so much for sharing your story and your wisdom with us. And before we wrap, I do have a couple of final questions.
oh,
Ooh, thank you, Dr. Pepper. Okay, if listeners walk away remembering just one thing from this conversation, what do you hope it is?
I hope that you find something that you're passionate about and like pour yourself into it. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to throw a lot of money at a hobby, but find something where you can unplug from like the harsh of our day to day because it is. My alarm
It
clock is harsh.
is harsh.
Starts off harsh. Like
Did you
it's
say the alarm clock is harsh?
the alarm clock is harsh.
Brutal.
Mondays can be rotten, but find something that you love and invest in yourself. Like do something with it, even if it's coloring. Just find something that you love to do that you can unplug from technology so that you can plug into something a little more tangible. Do it.
Tangible. I love it.
Work your hands. Like get in
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Find something.
Okay. Here we go. When you do a virtual class, Shannon, I'm going to do it with you because I want to learn this.
Absolutely. I would
Okay.
love to join. I think it's so important. I think it's so important. You've got to have an outlet for your creativity because we're all creative. I don't care what anyone says. We're all creative.
You hear that, people? We're all creative.
Yeah.
And Shannon, on a more personal note, what has it meant for you to share your story here on Unmute Yourself today?
I First of all, I love what you're doing. And I love that you're giving a stage and a like literal microphone for women to talk about their lives and their experiences and what matters to them and what's meaningful. And I think that's so important that we have this outlet. I love talking to other women about their careers and about things that they love and that they're passionate about. And it means so much to me just to be a part of it, a group of these like baddies who are, you know, there's so many of my friends like in this world who are executives and they're doing this too. And I think that's just so cool that we have that.
Okay.
I feel like I missed your question though. What
No,
was
you did it.
okay.
You did it. You did
Okay.
it. What has it meant for you to share your story?
I think it's just I think it's just so amazing to be able to connect with you on this level. Like this
So
I love
fun.
this. This is so fun. Like this has been amazing. So I
It's a good
appreciate
way. It's a
Let's
good, yeah.
love yes, let's start our day. Like it's positive and it's with mindfulness and intention, and I love that.
Yes.
My brain working. It's 12:19 and I'm coming up with words.
So many words,
That was a lot of words.
lots of words. Okay, Shannon, how can listeners connect with you?
So you can connect with me on TikTok, so Shannon_journals. I'm on Instagram. It's Shannon Russo 1, I believe. Isn't that sad?
No,
It's worth
I just messed mine up this morning too, it's okay.
yeah, I don't
But you're mainly on TikTok, right?
I'm mainly on TikTok, but if you don't have TikTok, like, find me on Facebook. Like,
Okay.
my page is open. You can find me on Facebook. We can connect anywhere, but, pick up a journal, pick up a composition notebook. You don't have to spend any money, and even
See,
if
I
you
didn't even know that. I
yeah,
always
oh,
thought, like, where am I gonna go get a journal?
well, I use a composition notebook or an outdated planner that I didn't use. You can put
See,
stuff in there.
I
Just
love that.
start writing, and then just start collecting something from your day. Like if you've got a note near you or a list, put that in there. Make some doodles.
Okay, we can do this.
We can do this.
We can Shannon,
I
as
don't remember
we
this moment. So I'm gonna like I've got a note here and like with the time and all that. Like I'm gonna put that in my journal and I'm gonna send you a picture of it.
oh, it makes me happy. Well, Shannon,
Oh,
um, as we tell each other quite often, we can do anything.
we can do
We
anything.
can do anything. So thank you. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and your time with us today. And to everyone listening, thank you for tuning in to Unmute Yourself. If today's conversation inspired you, please share this episode, subscribe, like, follow, and stay tuned for more stories of leaders creating work that truly fits and matters. Until next time, unmute yourself and step into the story only you can tell.